bad taste in my mouth. It's the end of the week.
Stress chemicals.
I got stress chemicals coating my tongue. And I'm starring in the new Batman film, apparently.
Oh, cool.
I have a recognizable jawline. Call back.
I am Robert Braderson. Is that your name?
Robert Traberson. Traby Traberson. My name's Jibby Jabberson.
J.B. Jabberson, the new Birdman.
Let's see. Yep. We got no viewers. Perfect. Just the way we like it. Oh. Okay. Oh, the crowd's starting to file in.
Good God. Does someone have the microphone?
Oh, there's just a bunch of people coming to my house, like 10,000 of them.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot to turn on my lava lamps to see if it could make a lava lamp penis again. Really disappointed in myself.
Got the time.
No, this is really what it's like. That's what it's like at my house. Actually, that wouldn't even happen because Pickles would find that cricket and murder it, most likely. Because he is a master of the hunt.
Is that where he had his ear fucked up?
Sure.
In a hunt?
Yeah, we can pretend that.
Legendary.
Yeah. He's you've heard of Highlander, right?
Yeah.
That's him. First feline Highlander. I don't know where he keeps the sword. Isn't that like one of the key things?
Yeah.
I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
I don't think I've ever seen it. No.
Well, you don't have to
The
say
one
about...
line.
Yeah, the one line from Highlander, this one, the famous one.
I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Pepper.
Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's it.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to Highlanders, you know what they always say.
Size matters not.
It's not the size of the cat in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the cat.
Yeah.
What's that, Nicolas Cage?
Stop it now. It's
You get it? That was a kind of, it does too, there's layers to that one.
That was good.
Yeah.
It took a minute, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Still very fresh.
at least I'm not sleeping with a murderer.
I think that's Nicolas Cage's like dream scenario.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, like, it actually sounds like Nick Cage doing a weird voice.
Right. No. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost too good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's about time. We're getting closer.
Oh my.
Hey, if anybody's around,
Type something, will you? We're paying for this stuff.
I mean, we don't pay for the stream, but we pay for the phone number, which you can't really type on, so the logic is flawed, but just ignore it.
I beg people to listen to me.
Literally, I do. I beg them to listen to me.
Let's get down to the nitty-gritty.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the new sound bites?
There are new ones?
Well, you had some, like a list.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't do any of that. It's been a busy week, man.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week. But you know what?
What day is it?
It is time to get into the show because it is my favorite day that we have the show on.
It's Friday.
Man, it's been a long week. been a long week
Are
for
we
you?
now? Are we doing this now?
Yeah, we're live. I mean, we've been live, but they can see your pretty smiling face. I like how you were like, I'm not going to invest in a hairband. I'm just going to use these sunglasses I already have. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
It's genius. Why would you?
It's so bright outside.
Well,
So-
also helpful. Well, do you know who Alton Brown is?
Alton Brown? No.
Yeah, he's a celebrity chef in the U.S. and he has big pet peeve of like kitchen tools that only serve one function. He's like, you can probably use a spoon or a spatula to do half of this stuff. You have knives, you have spoons and spatulas and spreaders. It's like, don't buy the crazy thing that's just for peeling strawberries or whatever.
Yeah. Very
So
specific.
yeah, it's like hairbands only hold back your hair. Like,
Yeah.
well, I guess sunglasses only really protect. Well, I guess they hold your hair. All right, my analogy's falling apart. Let's move on. Hey, welcome
Now it
everybody to Finn and Doge, and it's come on.
What happened?
Goddamn farts.
Oh.
That's what I'm gonna blame every time I screw up. It's the
Yeah,
farts in here. It's just really. You wouldn't even.
Pickles.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Anyway, I am Doge,
And I'm Finn.
and this is Finn and
Hello.
Doge, a mostly weekly web show where we talk about whatever we feel like. We used to try and have themes and stuff, but come on.
That didn't happen.
No, that's like
But
something.
It did happen, but
No, it did, but it didn't
Yeah.
keep happening.
yeah.
It wasn't like a happening starring Marky Mark. A happening
Okay.
where Marky Mark runs from trees.
No.
That's not ringing a bell.
No, I haven't seen that one. No.
You didn't see
Is it
that
about
one?
the Boston Marathon?
Wow.
Bombing?
Dark.
No.
I mean, it's a dark subject matter, but it's not. It's fiction. So no.
I saw the other part where he's on the oil rig.
Explode a boat, or I'm
Yep,
sorry,
that
explodey
one.
boat. Bodie explode face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Riggy McGoboom.
Is that the same franchise as the tree one? And
The tree. No. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's the M. Night Shyamalan where they're running away from plants. It's called The Happening, isn't it?
I haven't seen it. No.
Or
I don't know.
the something, the
the
thingening.
yeah, thinking.
That's a good crossover between the thing and the happening. Is it the happening? Now I'm starting to think it's not called that.
Is happening any good? Like, is it the
If
good
that is indeed what the movie's called.
Shyamalan movie? Or,
No, it's very bad.
okay.
It's one of the worst, and that's saying something because
Yeah.
they get pretty bad. All right. Before we get into all the stuff that we have planned to talk about, let's talk about beverages, since that's
Yeah.
kind of the only consistent theme.
So
You want
went
to
out and
start?
you bought 6 IPAs.
Yeah, I told you earlier. I was like, I bought 6 IPAs. I'm gonna drink them all. It's been a day.
Week and a day.
Yeah, well, I was looking around in the cooler because I wanted to buy stuff that was already cold. Because remember the other week I bought stuff and I put it in like
Oh,
at
yeah, that
lunchtime
was
and it
a-
wasn't cold yet.
That was horrible.
But
I never
it's
felt as sorry for a human being as that.
yeah, and it's
That was-
like what is it? September 11th. Something I don't know. There's something I was thinking of that was worse than that happened on a September 11th, but it's escaping me.
But you
Anyway,
didn't buy those warm beers on September 11th, so
no. I'm just saying I can't think of anything worse that's happened to any human person than
Yeah.
that time that my beers
well,
were
that's
cold.
true. Yeah,
I
true.
thought that's what you were saying.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that I think
I don't-
about it,
I don't want
yes,
to put
that was
words
what I
in your
was
mouth, but I mean, this is a collaborative endeavor. So anyway, I'm looking around in the cooler, and they just had a ton of IPAs, new drops, new releases, or stuff that they haven't carried there before. So I was trying to figure out how to pick what I wanted, and I generally get mostly IPAs anyway, or like half if I'm
Yeah.
getting a mix of 6. Just because there's so many of them. you know, and I'm not a huge sours guy, so it's like a lot of IPAs, a lot of sours. If a sours if they go out of their way enough to describe that it's not the super sour pucker your whole face off
Yeah.
thing, then I might try it. Anyway, got a bunch of IPAs. This one is from Bolero Snort Brewery, which is 90% of the reason why I got it. Bolero, you know, like isn't it a thing like cowboys use or something?
Like a hat?
Is that a hat too?
No.
Is
I
the
don't know.
bolero the thing you throw that like
Nope.
snares the legs?
Wait, what?
I could look it up.
It's something, yeah.
Maybe somebody
A piece of
will watch
clothing?
this
I don't
show. Well, yeah.
Call us and tell us what the
Yeah, let me
fuck
put the number up. What's a bolero?
Yeah.
You get a prize. But it's called One Hoof in Front of the Other. I hope there's horns and stuff on here, and it seems like everything's probably like cow themed, which is a little.
Yeah, it's very colorful.
It's very colorful. Reminds me of like Nickelodeon, the cable network, or like children's television from the mid '90s. That's what it reminds me of. It's very comforting, nostalgic. How about you, sir? You having some vino?
Yeah, I'm having some Italian red wine. Had this before. It's pretty good. Valpolicella Ripasso.
That's like one of those like, it's hipstery enough, but it also looks classy labels, you know?
Yeah.
Because you know this, yeah, it's decent, good, decent price, not too
Yeah.
pricey.
Not the one you have to, like kneel to get, but
Right? Yeah, it's not on the bottom.
Yeah.
You got just a little bit of a deep knee bend, little. Oh yes, to you, sir. Mm-hmm. Imagine if
I've
they
had
made
this
you do
before.
that. Oh, go ahead.
Hmm?
Well, just
Huh?
imagine
Yeah.
if they made you bow to your wine. Did you just take that off the shelf before bowing? What a disrespect to the grapes who gave their lives for that go juice.
I'm sure that's like in the holy wine section. That's
Yeah. Well, in
Oh,
the
yeah, plenty.
Manischewitz, when you're in the kosher wine, first you have to get into a pedantic argument about something in the Torah. You know, in Exodus, what they actually meant by parting the Red Sea, which was actually a metaphor for, I don't want to get blue here, but a woman's time of the month.
ooh. Okay.
This is a terrible joke I'm making. Now I'm going to move on. Millionaires and billionaires.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Oh, no.
I used to drink Manischewitz on the rocks in college because it was cheap, it was sweet, and if you watered it down a little bit, you could drink it all night long, but you'd wake up and you'd have like Kool-Aid mouth, like kids who drink like powdered fruit drinks, and then they have
you get
like
like a residue.
a ring like around
Yeah.
their whole mouth, so my whole
Okay.
tongue and everything would be dyed like purple.
So I mean, like wine is pretty bad, but that sounds like even worse in that way. That
Yeah, it's like stains your teeth and stuff because I think they actually add more food coloring and stuff to it.
yeah.
Because you've definitely had like okay, I'm saying, have you ever had like a 2 bottles of red wine night, and you
Sure.
woke up the next day and your lips are like all like cracked in
Absolutely.
like 7 different shades of purple and
Yeah.
blue,
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Been there.
and you're like, whoa, whoops.
Wine headaches are something else, though. That's
Yeah, they
those
can be.
goddamn tannins.
Tannins
whatever
and sulfites. Don't some wines have like sulfites? They add. It's like a preservative, isn't it, or something? It stabilizes it.
yeah.
That's what I think the natural wine movement, which we've talked briefly about before. I think they don't add any sort of additives or anything.
Yeah, NWM. Yeah.
Yep, of course. Yeah, they're joining forces with the WWF to protect the pandas.
The wrestling. Yeah.
No, that's the World Wildlife Fund or Federation or whatever. So, anyway, you had a question about that I made you save about the name of the show this week.
What was the name Wait, what is the name of the show?
Sack.
Oh,
Sack,
yeah. What is it?
Sack Whispers?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Well, there was just a lot of sack talk on the blog, and I was hoping anybody would watch the show, but no one is. So
Fantastic.
fantastic. I have to say that every time you say fantastic normal now, because you used to say that.
Fantastista.
Fantastic. Fanastits.
Fantastista.
Fantastista? Is that someone?
Fantastico.
How many languages do you know? You just know
Well,
all the various romantic.
I mean, it's the same pretty much in every one of these languages. So
It's true.
you just
It's true.
kind of change it.
If you just add some vowels to the end of fantastic, and maybe a couple consonants, throw them around, you're probably close to something.
Yeah, like fantastisk.
Well,
Fantastisch. Yeah.
the one guy wants to buy a love sack, which is a little old sack that you can sit your butt on. Love sack, baby. They actually make couches and stuff now, but they used to just be like giant bean bags.
Okay.
And I think they,
Beanbags.
I don't know if they started as stores in malls, but in like bigger malls. I think King of Prussia, which like at one time was the largest mall in North America, if it isn't still.
I think
had-
I've heard that before,
King of Prussia?
but not from you. Like,
Oh, that was
that
the largest
fact
mall.
about
Well,
that.
Gino probably
yeah,
SSG because he lives close to it. It's crazy. I mean, but the thing is, half of the stores are just the same store again because the mall's so big. They're like, well, it's no one's gonna walk all the way across the mall to go to our store, so we have to put two of them in.
Okay,
Right.
Well, that's big. I guess,
peak American consumerism / laziness, right?
Do you have to drive to the other side to?
Some
get
people
to
do.
certain shops? Yeah.
Some people, like, you don't have to. You can walk between, there's multiple buildings. But some people are like, oh, I don't want to go to these, so I'm going to go back out to the parking lot and drive over to the other building and walk in because I'm a lazy piece of crap.
I mean,
Me,
it's
I did
probably-
that. I'm saying I did that. I'm including myself.
I mean, it must be like the size of a small country. So
I mean,
get it.
it's probably bigger than the Vatican.
yeah,
So, yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I wonder, I mean, I wonder, I really need to compare that now. Can you see, have you ever been to that website where you compare countries, like the size, you can drag them?
Yeah, I think I've done.
It's like actualsize.org or something. Don't go to actualsize.org. All right, or if you do, fair warning and let me know what happened.
Yeah.
This is a really good show and no one's watching so far. I feel like you're really cutting me off, which is great. Someone needs to do that. Like, you need to jump in. You're doing great. Anyway, don't go to actualsize.org.
Well, that's a penis.
Yeah. Ah, interesting.
Surprise.
Yeah. But, you can drag the countries around and compare them because all maps are based on projections, which distorts the size. Oh, but my buddy Will is listening while he's driving to go visit somebody. So, hey, Will, thanks for joining us. And, yeah, feel free to call in if you want. But, yeah, you're driving, so I don't know how. You're allowed to encourage people to call you while they're driving, right? As long as it's hands-free.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is that safe?
That's okay.
All right.
Hands free. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say the number for you, Will, if it helps. It's 717-461-8268. Again, the number is to lock in your pledge. 717-461-8268. Hi, my name's Adam, and we're having a special pledge drive this week for Sack Whisperers, an often overlooked and unrepresented spectrum of the population that specializes in recommendations for your love sack. Love sack. There's a little old sack where... Love sack. Man, my parents used to listen to the B-52s a lot during that era. But more so, not the... Did they have any other singles? I feel like they probably had more hits in Europe than in in the U.S.?
If honestly, I was going for Roxanne the first time.
Oh, Love Sack. You don't
And then
have
you
to
went-
spill all your beans out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that was great.
Sell your seat for money. Yeah. Yeah, the B-52s are interesting. Very interesting, cool band, I think. There's some.
I think I have to know a song by them. But,
Oh yeah, well you know Love Shack. You know the one I was parodying, the little old shack where we can get together. Love Shack, baby. This really isn't ringing a bell.
No.
Love Shack, baby, Love Shack. That's their big hit in the
I'm
U.S.
sure I've heard it, but
Or Rock Lobster. Have you heard that one? That's more of like a was a rock lobster. No, nothing. That's more of like a joke. Like people know it, but I don't know if anybody ever really listened to. A lot of the people that know it don't like listen to it.
Does it speak in Europe? Is what you were saying?
I just would have
B-52?
guessed that because they're weird. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not. It doesn't always translate, but a lot of times bands that are one-hit wonders in the U.S. that are a little out there have had follow-up success
Yeah.
in Europe because you know how the record industry generally works. Someone gets big in the U.S., right? And then they're pushed in all of these other markets, and then they develop a fan base, and the U.S. moves on, but sometimes they hang on in Japan or Europe or
Yeah, that's true. Though.
you know,
Yeah.
it's not always, it's not 1-to-1, but it happens frequently.
Yeah, like there's like some bands from Finland that like aren't really that popular here, but they're like big in Japan,
Yeah.
and Germany, and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's weird how that works. We've kind of talked about this briefly. There's a local
Mhm.
band from around here that like they barely had a record contract, but they would go over for multiple years. They would go over to Japan to tour around because they could, even with travel and everything, scrape enough money together to like not really have to have a real job here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so they were touring the like middle-sized theaters and stuff, but like you can make a living doing that. So if you cram a bunch of shows into a few months and you go all over Japan, and I don't know if like the promoters like were purposefully confusing people or just misrepresenting them, being like, oh my gosh, they're a huge pop punk band in the U.S. Like it's first time in Japan, and or they just went over there as part of their initial album tour and developed a following. I hope it's that one and not people manipulating the system.
Yeah, but some of my friends, they like playing like all sorts of metal bands.
Yeah.
Like some like in a bit darker stuff and so forth, but like they tour in like South America and
black
and,
metal.
like, and all around Europe and
Yeah.
do like Japan and stuff like that. But like I haven't even heard of them. Like I've like what was the name of the band? And stuff, but
Right.
they have like a following all around the world. But
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the internet's made a huge difference with all of that, but like that local band I was talking about, like this was pre-internet music, really. Like Napster was a thing. iTunes was like just becoming a thing. Like, I think the iPod had just came out at the tail end of when they kind of stopped doing this touring. Anyway, weird, wild stuff. Just weird, wild stuff. You know what I mean?
This is the funnest night ever.
I got to turn these drops back up. Oh, I was looking at the stream and I thought you froze, but you were just deep in thought.
Yeah. very, very much thinking. Is the number, by the way, I like wrote in the comments, is it right? Because I don't see it.
It is right.
screen.
Yeah, I must
Okay.
have said it right then. So, good job. Well, the love sec thing's over because neither of the two guys that were involved with that. Well, first of all, we're never going to get the one guy to actually call in because he lives in Kazakhstan and he works for the CIA/FBI/Skynet, I think. This is pretty. I like this. I'm going to leave this here.
That's good. Yeah.
So, yeah. And the other guy is probably just busy. It seems like everybody's busy. I think everybody had a crap week and they're unplugging. They don't want to be in front of a computer anymore, which I can understand.
True.
I mean, although I just find myself back at the computer. How did I get here? I'm like checking the blog and like looking on YouTube, and I'm like, oh no, go outside, do anything. I mean, even going and sitting down in front of a slightly different computer and playing Zelda is like
It makes
better.
all the difference.
Yeah, it's still a computer. But it's a little controller's got a cute little color combo. I got the purple and the yellow one. Ooh.
So, how is the beer?
It's good. Like once I washed out the stress chemical taste out of my mouth. I was saying,
It's
yeah,
out now. It's gone.
it's out. It's good. It's actually a pretty malty IPA. It has that kind of tongue coating malt characteristic that I would expect from a more different ale. You know what I mean, though.
But you mean like a classic IPA? Is that like is that some like does it have like fruit or stuff like that, or is it like more
this
traditional?
it's more traditional, but it has 4 types of hops. So I was expecting it to be like hop slam to the face.
Yeah.
But I think it's not so much varieties of hops you use, it's when and how it's hopped that affects that, right? If it's dry hopped, if it's how much you use, but they just blended 4 different kinds, and it's just a moderately hoppy IPA, very tolerable. Like have you ever had Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, which isn't really an IPA, it's like a West Coast Pale Ale.
Yeah, I think I have.
I think it's a lot of people's entry to the pale ale genre because you can get it like any bar.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you can get it like any bar in the U.S. pretty much. If you like that, this is like a nice similar in terms of intensity and everything, but different kind of flavor. It's good. It's not blowing my mind, but it's hitting the spot right now.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. I
gotta say the wine tastes really good right now.
It's sure is hitting the spot. You know what I'm saying? Man, there's a story I really want to tell, but it's too personal. But I really want. I'm gonna tell you after. Remind me.
Yeah, let's do that. You got any weekend plans?
Oh yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Remember how I like to talk about how I try and do stuff and it's terrible and I have terrible luck?
Sure.
Would you believe it happened again?
No way. It cannot be.
Yeah. So.
Is that a boner in the end?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's gotten so bad now. It's looped back around where it makes me diamond hard. Yeah.
Well, I'm not.
Don't judge me.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Kink shaming not allowed on Finn and Doge. Anyway, so it's become clear that work is going to get insane for me. So this is probably going to be like my one thing to do for the next like month. So I still want to have this show. So we just need to work out. It might need to just be a little bit later, like more like an hour later than
if
normal.
It's like Friday, Saturday. I'm all game pretty
Okay.
much. So.
Yeah. We'll still do it on Friday. Probably we'll just do it a little bit later, to make sure that I can get everything done at work. I actually clocked out early today with the intention of I'm going to work this weekend some. And I didn't really ask to do that. I just kind of did it because I was like, "What are you gonna do?" Like,
I mean, you gotta do the work anyway.
Right. I'm gonna do it, and you're gonna pay me, and like. So I was just like, I need to stop and like, beep boop boop, time out.
I got this very important thing I need to do in the basement.
I got this very important thing to do in the basement. Nobody come down there. Nobody, please. I'm not winking, you're winking.
I'm begging you, do not enter.
I'm begging you not to come down no matter what you do. Oh, it's spooky now all of a sudden. Definitely don't peek in this hole I drilled in the floor. Because I'll be down there in the basement. Doing something important that you shouldn't even know or see about it. Stop it. Why are you looking at me like that? It's just a basement. What? Okay. I'm really done. Okay, so in Doge's never-ending story of failure, what's the name of the horse?
Champion.
No.
Michelangelo.
Atreyu! Have you seen that?
I haven't
Have you
seen the
seen
movie.
that?
I don't
You've
know,
never seen
man.
it? Too weird?
Don't know.
You should watch
Haven't seen it.
Well,
That's
okay.
all.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, you should watch it. just so that you can get the references to it, man.
Never-ending story.
Yeah, that's actually
That
probably the
song,
worst
that song.
part. No, that's like the worst part of the movie. I don't remember, like, people are all about it. And, yeah, from that show and everything. And I'm like, I've seen that movie a bunch of times. I don't remember that song at all. It must not be very good.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
It's
what it is.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's peak what it is.
Yeah.
Artax. Who's Atreyu? Is that the dragon? Or is that the kid?
Call us Artax.
Artax. Something like that. Yeah. Thank you, Will. Also, stop typing. You're driving. I love you.
That's like a speech command.
Yeah, sure. Well, he might be with somebody who's, I'm going to say, for legal reasons, he's
it has to
driving
be,
with somebody, and yeah, they're typing. So,
I mean, Will is winning all the prizes right now. He's getting all the questions right. So
no, I've been checking them off over here.
yeah.
Can you hear it? That's the prize checklist. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Okay. Atreyu is the kid that rides the horse. It'd be funny if he was screaming his own name, though, Will, wouldn't it? Atreyu, that's me! Come back, horse, I
Pokemon,
forget
yeah.
your name!
Hooray.
Horso! We were talking about just add some vowels to the end, and you're probably... Horsia! Horsito! Okay, so...
Pest.
So, back to your question.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Oh,
you asked me if
yeah.
I had weekend plans.
Oh, God. When was that?
Minutes ago.
Oh.
Minutes!
Yeah.
Entire minutes.
Please continue.
So, work's gonna be crazy. And Rachel's only been able to, like, get out of the house. Oops. Mrs. Doge. Whatever. Good luck finding her. It's not like my name is easy to find. It's not like I've said it before. Anyway, if you're going to dox anybody, dox me. I mean, everybody who watches this already knows who I am, but anyway. She hasn't had much opportunity to get out of the house, lots of work and everything shut down and whatnot. So I was trying to find some little mini romantical weekend thing. She was supposed to be helping her sister move. So, yeah, part of this whole never-ending story of garbage is everyone we know has bought a house. Even people we know with, like, no credit and no money and no reason to move. We got kicked out of our house and couldn't find a place that we really, wanted to buy. We could have just randomly bought a house. That's not really a great idea, but...
Yeah, they just decided that,
Yeah, there's like, you know what?
There's a
Yeah, we'll
house
buy a house.
available. We're
Right.
gonna buy it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, cool. We're so happy for you. No, we're not being sarcastic. Why would we do that? Anyway. So she thought she was going to be helping her move this weekend. And ended up, she didn't know, bless her heart. She didn't know how buying a house works because she's never done it before. And she was like, oh, I thought that this was when we were going to actually have the house. But that was just like signing some paperwork day, not even closing. We don't own the house yet, so obviously we're not moving in. Oh! That would have been great if it had been brought to my attention yestermonth.
Oh, yestermonth, yeah. A 4th month ago.
That's a word that we should use, yestermonth. Like instead of last month, say yestermonth. I love it. I think it's great.
Yestermonth.
Hey, yes, the month. Also sounds like a weird nickname, maybe. So she had all this time off, but I'm working, so she's off. Like she's been off the last 2 days. She's off a couple days next week. So trying to do something, and I found. So my sister's boyfriend does car drifting. We've talked about this. And he's got back-to-back events this weekend. And I was like, Rachel, do you want to go to one? She's like, yeah, maybe we can find like a cabin or a neat little hotel or something safe, you know. And Tamonth. I guess that's next month. Will is saying Tamonth.
Yeah.
No, vetoing that one. Shutting it right down. Excellent try though. Actually, you know what? That's me taking one of your prizes back.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Yep, that's the Tamonth tax. So I found this place near this drift event that we're going to go to on Sunday. And it's like the original building is from like the 1700s, which in North America is like, I mean, when you're talking about real buildings, not stuff that like those savages in little like leather skirts built. Wait, what? But it's like a European style building. It's very old, especially for the area that it's in. And you can actually stay in it. And then they built other stuff. And the ground's really nice. And they have like this 4-course like chef's dinner thing. And they have an outdoor like dining area. But even if you're not comfortable with that, they'll bring the whole 4-course thing, like course by course, to your room.
Oh, okay.
And stuff, which is cool. And this one had like a balcony. So I'm like, oh, maybe we can get them like set it up on the balcony and have like our own like private dinner. It's like the only thing COVID has made like more accessible is like a private 4-course chef's dinner. Cause it's like normally you'd have to pay extra for that. But now they're like, well, if you don't want to eat in public, we'll bring it to your room. And they're like, cha-ching, we just saved 200 doll hairs. So I'm using a website that will be remain nameless, and it does this cool thing where it
Actual size?
yeah, actualsize.org. It does this cool thing where it shows you the actual size of celebrities' dongers. Yeah.
Check out Willem Dafoe.
But it's only in metric though, so I don't really know. I still don't know how big. Anyway.
No, but you're supposed to put your forearm against the screen and
yeah, go to internetmammography.com and check that out if you think that's a funny joke. That's a real site. It used to be anyway. Affiliated with realultimatepower.net as well, if anyone remembers that. So the website does this cool thing where you put in your dates and where you want to go, and then when you start clicking on hotels, it resets your dates to like tonight and tomorrow night. And so I found this place and I was like, it's available. The price, it's like half off. We're going to go for 2 nights, stay in this nice little room, have this fancy dinner, and just like chill out outside. There's a bike pathy thing nearby. We maybe ride our bikes, maybe not. Maybe we'll just sleep on a blanket in the shade. Go to this thing on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. I go to book it and it's like, oh, it's sold out. And then I look at the dates and yeah, that's why. So now I'm doing this. We wouldn't have been doing the show right now, by the way, if that had happened, because we would be driving down there. And then,
thank God.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Finn's over there the whole time. He's just sitting there quietly, like. And we're gonna go for like a mountain bike ride tomorrow. I'm gonna take Mrs. Doge out to a spot that she has never been to, that I've been to a few times. You just ride on some fire roads and stuff, which is easy. It's just like a gravel road. And then you ride it's like 7+ miles almost entirely downhill, which for our area is like insane. There's a little bit of back uphill, but yeah, it's that single track like mountain bike trails in the woods, through the trees. There's a couple tricky.
Mostly like easy going.
I mean, there's some intense parts, but most of it's like not crazy.
Yeah.
There's some rock gardens, a couple stream crossings, some hairy turns, but you're not always constantly going at like top speed. Like there's plenty of times to like relax and just enjoy the scenery and stuff. and then a little bit of excitement mixed in here and there. So, but it's funny because like it takes like hours to get up, or like more than an hour to get up to the top, and then you ride down the whole thing in like half an hour or so, like 35 minutes or something. It's just like that's just how speed and time work. I know, but still,
okay.
it's always funny.
Talk about that a bit more.
How speed and time work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are they? Where are they from?
Well, time is a dimension. Oh, where are they from? Well, nobody knows that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, anybody who claims to know that is full of shit.
Who is time?
Who is time?
Yeah.
He's your daddy.
My daddy.
Time's your
My
daddy.
Oh, it's my daddy.
Are you my papa, Mr.
Yes,
Time?
I'm your daddy. I'm your daddy.
Then how come you ain't got me no Christmas presents the last umpteen years?
Call me Mr. Time.
My birthday was yestermonth, and I ain't get no presents then either.
Oh, but Christmas will be 2 months.
We're pushing Christmas up. It's 2 months.
2 months.
And yeah,
What
it just
month is it now?
Yep. September.
September. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. September gust. Wait, I just said September and then gust, put gust on the end. Oh no. Well, gonna have to clean some
what you
stains.
did.
Some stains up. Do you have some paper towels down on your desk in front of you to protect your?
But for different purposes.
Oh man, come on, go on.
But they'll help in this situation too. So
Paper towels are super useful.
yeah, so many different
Uses. Oh, now we love Tamant. Right. Well, all right. You got us, Will. No. Well, what I was going to say is I like it, except that no one would know what the hell you were talking about unless they heard this discussion. You know what I mean? Like, Yestermonth is immediately apparent, I think, as to what it is. If someone came up to me and said, like, hey, so are you going to sign up for the fantasy football month? And be like, excuse me, come again?
But wouldn't it be nice to have like 2 month in the dictionary and have a reference to Finn and Doge episode?
That would
18?
be nice. I mean, we might as well go for both of them. In Finn and Doge episode, whatever one this is, Sack Whispers. Tamontho. Tamontho is better. I think you fixed it. Tamontho. Yeah. It's like tomorrow with month, and that's perfect. Yeah, Tamontho. That's it. Yestermonth and Tamontho. Boom. All right, so Will gets credit with an assist from Finn and Doge for Tamontho. But Yestermonth was literally all me. You had nothing to do with it. I'm getting all the royalties. I'm making all the copyright claims. Where's my hello? Yes, lawyer. Beep beep boop doop boop. Buy sell, money, boo ba.
Yeah.
That was
No,
Wall
these
Street.
are my actual hands. No, they're not fake. Yep.
Anyway. So, do you have any weekend plans?
Yeah, on the morrow, I'm driving like 3 hours. What's the direction?
Away.
Northeast-ish.
Northeast.
Somewhat in the like eastern parts of Finland.
Okay.
We're going on
So
cabin.
you're not going east enough to end up in that watery part, but you're kind of paralleling the shoreline.
Not really. No.
Well, if you go straight east, don't you end up in water from where you live right now? I mean, I guess eventually
Sure,
everyone
actually.
would.
I might be just going into Russia, maybe.
Oh, wait, I'm
that's good.
confusing east and west. I flipped them because it's like, what's the other side of the ocean? So they must be backwards.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're heading north and then closer to Russia. So what Russian prospect are you trying to help the Penguins smuggle out this time?
Well, there's this little kid called
Tamanto.
Vova.
That's better. Anyway.
Yeah, it's just my upstairs neighbor's 30th birthday weekend, so she rented a cabin.
Just a little baby girl.
30. Yeah.
30.
30.
I mean, I'm not that much older than 30, but it seems like I turned 30 20 years ago.
Yeah, it also feels like I turned 30 this year, and it feels like forever.
Right, you're like, oh, 30.
So,
It's kind of like when after you're 21, you're like, I remember before I was 21. And it's like, how old are you? 22. It's like, oh, I remember when I was, before I turned 30. Oh, what a milestone. It's like, how old are you? It's like, 36. It's like, what? Hold up.
So
anyway.
She and his husband, they drove there to me yesterday.
Yeah.
But I had to work the evening today, so I'm leaving with my other
Roommates,
housemate on the morrow. So
on the morrow.
The morrow.
We don't call them housemates here. We just stick with roommates because it's too hard to have two words. Because roommates, you share a room. Is it's more specific than housemate, right? You would think, but we just said, screw it. Everyone's a roommate.
I just couldn't think what's the word. So
no, housemate's definitely a thing because you don't share your room.
No.
Right?
Sometimes. But,
well,
yeah.
you know what I mean. Permanently.
Yeah.
So there isn't someone who pays money to share a four-walled area with you.
No.
I mean, unless you count the exterior walls. All right, pedants, step down. Ease down.
Ease down.
You're grinding metal. Tamanto, so good. I just can't.
Tamanto, yeah.
I can't. It's so good. I mean, it's something that could only happen here. You know what I mean?
US and A.
Rock, flag, and eagle.
We make up words like nobody's business. I'll tell you that. Generally, it's accidental.
I wish to see it in a dictionary someday with Finn and Doge referenced.
Yep.
Looking forward to it. Really, 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 really.
Well, we have so many viewers that I can't imagine it wouldn't become commonplace.
Yeah, I'm sure like Will is gonna spread it like wild. Oh no, that's not a good term at the moment.
Herpes. Gonorrhea.
It's gonna be like Antifa on the western coast. And
hey, you know what, Christine? I want people to just have their minds blown and lives changed when they find out which kind of genitals our baby's gonna has. And so I went down to the gun shop, and they have these barrels that you can shoot that explode. And I'm gonna put colored powders in there. I'm gonna shoot it with my 50 cal, and everybody's gonna be rock hard or slick wet. Nothing in between.
Jeff. That's a pipe bomb.
Like I said, the unlicensed gun store sells them, and I am getting one. You can go to a gun store and buy this stuff called tannerite that explodes when you shoot it. Do you know this? Like in the U.S.?
No.
I don't think in every state or whatever, but yeah. Sometimes it's
But
like
the good
Targets.
ones,
Yeah, the good ones. The really good ones. The ones where they like do background checks.
I mean, I never would have thought that was a thing, but it kind of makes perfect sense. I'm not.
Oh no, yeah, you can just
I'm
go
not doubting it.
buy targets that explode. I mean, they're not really that dangerous unless someone's like holding them or near them, or there's something flammable, or you do it wrong. It's fine.
Yes. So basically,
Or like you have
What's
it
the
out
big
in a
deal?
field full of dead grass in a state that's had a drought for the last 20 years.
yeah.
I don't know if that had anything to do with tannerite. I honestly don't know how the last one, that baby gender reveal thing, happened, but there was one in 2008 or something. The same thing happened, and that was like a big like explosion thing that started a wildfire. So it's not so much that it's happened and that it's happened that often, because it hasn't, but to happen twice because of a gender reveal party is like
Have you ever been to a gender reveal party?
And I never will.
Yeah.
Never. Because first of all, gender is a construct. Yeah. Don't at me, bro.
Will.
Yeah,
Easy.
don't at me, Will. Will's like, I have very strong feelings about blue versus pink. You know, I have oppositional defiant disorder, whatever you want to call it, and I'm sure any children I'm involved with will as well. Just involved with, not that are genetically related to me. I will indoctrinate them and make them suspect of authority and buck anytime they're told what to do. That's my goal in life. You got to have goals, Finn. Got to have goals.
Yeah, goals, man.
Goals, man. Well, you know what that means, though. It's time for the lightning round, Finn. The one you've been waiting for your whole life. It's the one where we talk about what your goals are, but they're going to get real specific. All right? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, besides getting the word tomonzo or yestermonth into the dictionary, what other made-up word would you love to have your name accredited to?
Butthole.
Oh, that's a really good one. Man, I just want to end it right now. I wasn't even ready. I thought it was going to take you a minute. Okay, at this weekend, at this cabin trip, what is the approximate amount of alcohol you will consume in liters?
Well, my plan was to finish whatever is left, a bottle of wine. So I'd say like 0.325 liters.
All right, conservative estimate. I like it. And then, now, for the final question of the lightning round. How do you plan to monetize the word buttle?
Well, if Will is not going to leak it and, run away with my butthole, how will I monetize my butthole? Yeah, that's a good question. God damn. I hate these lightning rounds.
All right.
I'm just going to put my money where my mouth is and...
Start a new brand that's just like
Yes.
Supreme. That's I knew that's what you were going to say. You nailed it. That's the end of the lightning round. Excellent job, Finn. Yeah, no, I would much rather buy a $500 T-shirt with a red box that had white letters that said Buttle in it instead of Supreme. Like that, I would be like, oh, I think that is worth $500. I'm pretty sure it is, even though I could make it myself. I was like, that person deserves some money. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. There's been some thought behind it, and hey, I was actually gonna ask you somehow related to having a
Buttles?
bottle written on your clothing.
All right.
I was gonna ask would you ever take a tattoo that was just just no regrets or something like that, but on purpose? Or something really stupid like that, just as a joke.
Would I ever get a tattoo that was dumb as a joke?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any tattoos. Did you know I don't have any tattoos?
Yeah, I wondered about it today, but I came to the conclusion that you probably don't because they never came up, and I've never seen any of them.
I was thinking about you completely nude and whether or not any of your skin would be covered in tattoos.
Absolutely.
No, I don't have any. The only tattoo I've ever considered, so before I get into your question, the only one I've ever considered, and I need you to weigh in on this, and I've considered this long and hard. So, you know the classic mom with a heart? Like mom, it's a heart with the ribbon that says mom with an arrow through it.
Yeah.
It's like it's like The Simpsons or whatever. Bart gets it or something, right? But it's spelled wrong or something. I don't remember. It says to mom, though. Go back. But the only one I've considered getting was basically the exact same tattoo, but with a brain instead of a heart. Just because, my mom, she really, she taught me how to read and do, basic math and stuff before I ever went to kindergarten. To the point where I was bored, and they thought I was mentally handicapped. because I was just like staring at the ceiling, and I was like, no, I know all of this. Like, why am I even here? I fell out of my chair within the first 5 minutes because I was trying to balance my chair because I was so bored. I was like, this is a fun game. Gah! Concussion. So is that a stupid tattoo as a joke? Like, kind of,
No,
but it actually has a real meaning.
Actually, like, has a meaning. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I definitely wouldn't get a joke tattoo though, because who knows when I'm gonna be the next Brad Pitt, and they're gonna need to CG my tattoos out off of my 17 pack,
17.
which just has the numbers 1 through 17 on it. Why is it an odd number? I don't know. I think maybe I'm part alien.
I just work out, dude.
Yeah, I work out. I'm trying to do the math of what 17 is compared to 6. 2 point whatever % harder than everybody else. But I don't know why I thought of this, but have you heard the theory that all like mushrooms, like hold up, I have the perfect music for this.
Mushroom.
Have you heard the theory that all mushrooms and fungi are actually from outer space? Because apparently their DNA has a triple helix. Now, again, I heard this from my drunk uncle at a family reunion. So,
Thanks, Joe.
Hey, listen, I get punched ahead. I get punched ahead a lot in my life. My head gets punched on. Okay, it's large, it's round. My ears are slightly cauliflowery, and I will let anyone on this show, anyone.
Well, yeah, and everything you said is true. So
anyway.
So what's the question? Do you think they come
Have you heard about this at all?
No.
You haven't heard about it? Okay. This is like the second time it's come up, so now it's stuck, and I got to look into it.
Okay.
I mean, fungi are weird. If you know anybody who's like into them or whatever, I mean, I don't know. There's nothing really to compare them to the way they, function and work, because they're like simultaneously single-celled organisms and multi-cell organisms. You know what I mean? That's the way they work. They're like a communal organism. There are other.
Isn't everything from space? So.
I mean, no, it evolved off of the planet Earth and came on like an asteroid or something. Because their spores and stuff can survive in space, like with no,
Yeah.
in sub-zero. Like, they can survive slightly below freezing. No, but I mean, like, near 0 Kelvin. Like, almost total zero.
Absolute, yeah. Cool. Well, never heard that. Okay.
Yeah, look into it. I'll do some more research. Maybe I'll do a deep dive on it next week. You guys will love that.
And we're talking about mushrooms.
Yeah, it's like, hey, everybody, welcome to Doge's Shroom Corner. We're going to be talking the ins and outs of these triple helix beasts from the outer space. Come on down and grab an asteroid, because you're about to get your spores blown on Shroomtown.
You did the shroom.
What's up?
You did the shroom corner. If I can talk about birds.
Yeah.
Make that deal. Yeah.
Well, but the fun part is, the twist is, we do them both at the same time.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like this is yours for, that's your bird music, and this is my shroom music, and then here we go. Did you know that shrooms?
Well, there's
a comet, hail bop came down, and then I was a little kid when I first saw it in the driveway in Perdix, Pennsylvania, and I thought, them shrooms probably came from that thing. And then, it looks like time is up.
Big bird also, and they song helpless. Yeah, that's a big bird. And
I said it looks like time is up.
Middle-sized bird and a small.
I said time is up. This is a middle-sized bird. Rachel really doesn't like birds. I mean, Mrs. Doge. No, doesn't like them.
Like, yeah. There's a Larry Bird and Larry Bird's wife, Lady Bird, and Lady Bird, the movie, Lady Bird, the song. And there's a...
Blackbird singing in the dead of night, and John Lennon got killed by a bird,
tits,
pretty sure.
All kinds of tits, big tits.
Titmouse, tufted tit, rusted tit. Rusted Tit is actually my favorite band from Pittsburgh, second behind Rusted Root. Send me away. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
That Rusted Root song? No? Do you?
No. Don't know the band.
I wish you could have my help. Mama say, Mama tell you to run. Nobody say, nobody on.
Everybody who knows that song's losing it right now because that was perfect.
Yeah.
Basically, I think they grew up Pentecostal or something. Let's see. Yep, still only have had 2 people look at the stream.
Woo.
So we're peaking. Just like people on an acid trip, we are peaking. Well, anyway.
I mean, considering, good show. God damn.
No, it's a good show.
That's a classic.
Yeah, Gino's going to watch tomorrow. This is kind of what I've been thinking, and we can keep this between us since nobody watched.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking, we do talk about topical stuff, but what we're doing is we're building a nice backlog of like filler shows so that we actually do launch a full-on podcast, right?
Yeah.
Which I want to do eventually. Put it on Apple and everywhere, Spotify and Stitcher and all of that.
Podcasts are heard.
Yeah, we can then, if we need to skip a week or 2, we pull from this first, 20. You know what I mean? Until we're millionaires. And then we can hire people to, pretend they're us and do shows when we don't feel like it. 'Cause I'm pretty sure, I've heard some shows, some professional podcasters, I've heard some shows that's like, this is not the same guys. I don't think this is the same guys. I'm pretty sure not the same guys. Anyway, yeah, do you have any final closing remarks or thoughts before we take off for another week?
I don't know, man. Had a great week.
Good.
Gonna have a great weekend, and I hope you have a awesome weekend also, because you've earned it.
Thanks. I don't know how, but I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, you gotta take it.
Yeah, grab life, buy the Bolero snort.
And check out Bruce Springsteen's new song, because
I knew you were
he
gonna.
needs
I knew you were gonna
support.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he really needs the support. Just gotta put one hoof in front of the other. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen. I think.
Mick, what was that?
What?
Bolero
snort?
Bolero.
Bologna. Oh, don't snort baloney. Bonobos. Yeah. Adam Clay, 2,000 pounds. Don't snort baloney. A couple things to leave you with. Don't snort baloney. What is a bolero? And
we'll never know.
Guys, please help Bruce Springsteen out. He is struggling. COVID-19 has really impacted his ability to tour. And he might have to sell 700 or 800 of his guitars to make it through and to pay his mortgage on his 12 or 15 different houses. And listen, Finn and I have been planning on becoming buds with the boss and then him leaving his massive estate to us instead of his kids, because they probably take it for advantage. Take it for granted advantage. Take it for advantage. And also, does he have kids?
New word. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure he's got lots of kids, but I mean kids that he talks to and cares about.
3 or 4.
All right.
Like
yeah. So 1 in 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close enough. All right. On that note, let's log off. I'm going to say the thing, okay? I'm Doge.
And I'm Finn.
And this has been
a thing.
Yeah. Everybody tune in next week. We'll be back at some point. You're going to love it. You're going to leave it. Love it or leave it. Copyright Finn and Doge, the show definitely doesn't exist already.
Books.
Yeah, read the books. Read either, you know what? Read the menus. The DVDs, the directions. And make sure you check us out yestermonth and tomontho. We'll be here yestermonth, tomontho, and forever.
2 week?
Sure.
What's that?
I don't know. Tweakers? All right.
Tweakers.
I gotta get out of here.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
I must have drank me about 15 Dr. Peppers.
Don't tell me you never stuck your penis in a vacuum cleaner.
Goddamn farts!
Well, a very, very heavy rotation tonight.
Oh, no. I shouldn't even laugh at that.
Yeah, she's fine. She just had a migraine or something.
Oh, just a migraine.
Yeah.
Digital palsy.
I just gotta play all the ones I really wanted to play and I missed.
Jeez, look at the butt on that.
All right.
Too many sound bites here.
Nah, I was just taking it easy, you know. Taking her easy, keeping her sleazy.
Get technical with me.
All right, bye everybody.
Okay, Boomer.
I can't remember how to stop it. Oh my gosh, okay, there it is. Okay, bye.